Um, Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. And if it's your first time, please do subscribe and give it a thumb up. And I'm gonna share about traveling. It's just a few tips about traveling, and just by saying that traveling is not for the rich folks, no. And traveling is also for, I mean, it's not for the rich folks. It's not like, okay, so you find some people saying that no, one day if I earn a certain salary, then I will start traveling, or if I get a certain job, I'll start traveling, which is somehow not wrong. It's okay to have goals for yourself. Yet I would encourage, or yeah, I would encourage people, like, you don't have to wait to earn a certain amount of salary for you to start traveling or to have a certain job. You find domestic workers, you find accountants, or you find lawyers. I mean, you just have to live within your means. You just have to see um, where it works for you. Those that, especially when you have to travel under budget, or for you are under budget or over budget. Is it okay? Under budget, over budget? I will check it out. But yeah, travel in itself, it's an educational for a lifetime. It's an experience that will never be taken away from you. Travel is it enhances someone. It enhances one's soul. You can get a lot from traveling. It's not only about going there and then you want to come and post it, and it really it leaves something that I cannot even explain what it is. I cannot even put it into explanation. But it enhances your soul, it refreshes you, your mind, yourself, everything about you. And so I would encourage people to travel, and you don't have to start with um, expensive trips, or how should I put it, trips that will cost you. You just start with places around you, within your around your country, or your neighboring country, or within your country can be lodges. Like, I mean, in home here we have a lot of them that we can explore. Someone who is under budget, you can actually either save, which only works with few people. Like, I don't know, with myself, savings, yes, but I'm not really mastered well with savings. Like, I just, I found myself to be doing things like, if I have to do something, I just have to take a certain amount and just do it right away. If it's really something that I need to save, I'll not longer than, I'm not talking about savings like investment. No, that is something else. I'm not really a person that would say I'm investing every month for a certain trip that is fine, 20 what. Maybe probably I can train myself to be doing that, but I just find myself not save. And when in the middle of your savings, then something would come up, like, especially for me, then something would come up, and then now you have to take this, you are forced to use your savings for this, unless you are really, really disciplined to do that. Good for you. Booty, CC, good for you. So I would also encourage for you to start preparing for your trip in advance. Like, let's say September and your trip is in January. I mean, next year, January. I mean, January is very close. Next year, May. Next year, June. Take a certain amount, like for 2 months. For 2 months, you take a certain amount for the very current month that you are in, and the next month, and then you pay for your ticket, your flight ticket, or if it's not a ticket, even pay for accommodation, or pay for a lodge, or pay for a game lodge, for game drive, or whatever. So, but then if you are really, if you are not a good saver, or if you want to use this tip as well, you can do so, where you take a month, you save for, let's say, petrol, or you save for gasoline in some countries, or park costs if it's a road trip, park costs. I don't know what is park costs in English, because I think it's the Afrikaans. Park costs means sister. Park costs, burti, park costs, anyway. And then for park costs, but what is park costs? Okay, So yeah, you're safe. Um, if it's traveling beyond borders, you if it's a flight, this is what I would encourage. The far the traveling date, the cheaper the flight. Or the far the traveling date, the cheaper accommodation. This is what you can pay when you're approaching the traveling date. It's the travel insurance and travel insurance and the transfers if you need one transfers. So you can really do it. You just have to live within your means. You don't have to go all out. You just have to do it within your means. And then plan your trip in advance and just travel. Travel, it refreshes you. It's an educational. Explore other people's culture. Get to know your surrounding. Get to know your nation. Get to know your neighboring countries. Get to know your continent. Get to know the world. Travel. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it, and it's just that you need to plan. You don't look at it like it's for the rich folks. No, you just have to live in with your means. And if you want more in details, you can just holler at me. I'm just putting it out there. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate. Subscribe down below. Give it a thumb up, and let's go. Toodles.